Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I'm here to let you know that this video is one of a series of videos on this subject. So I was inspired in the middle of the night. I woke up and I had this idea that I could create a decision flow chart for each of the human design energy types and its authority. I want you to know that I'm taking a topic that is very nuanced, that it can be complicated at times, and I'm distilling it into a simple flowchart. Please keep this in mind when you're watching the video for your energy type and your authority. It's nuanced, but it's a great way of just kind of mapping out and just showing you the steps. If we were to slow down our decision-making process and really tune into our strategy and authority, and how those two things work together, the flow chart is going to give you just a very simple, distilled version of how it might look in a very perfect situation. And before I get into the decision flow chart for your energy type and authority, I just want to let you know that you can find me at www.aluxuriousmind.com. I want to let you know that there are multiple ways to work with me there. I have some courses on human design. I just released a course called Unlock Your Money Code, and I have a free library of all kinds of good things that you can check out, and there's no strings attached. I'm not even asking for an email for my stuff in my free library. So if that is of interest to you, go ahead and pop over there as well when you get done with this video. All right, so you are a manifestor with splenic authority. So at the start of our flow chart is going to be a job decision, a project decision, event decision, something that you're deciding whether or not you want to do, or a choice that you're needing to make. The first thing you're going to want to consider is, does this thing truly align with my passions, with my interests, with my skill sets, with my curiosity? If the answer is a no, then this is probably not the right decision for you, unless there's some extraneous circumstance. If you're saying, yes, this is an alignment for me, it's alignment with my purpose in life, why I'm here, the thing I want to do, it's in alignment with my passions or my skills. So splenic authority is very fast and hits in the moment. It's a voice that speaks very quickly. So in reality, by the time you've even had a moment to think about, oh, does this thing align with my passions and my interests and my skills? The splenic voice has already probably said something. It's probably given you like a hell yes, a hell no. It's probably giving you some sort of intuitive hit. Because that splenic voice happens very quickly in the moment, it can be easy to miss it. The splenic voice is going to sound like this inexplicable voice that just jumps in and says, do it, just do it, or don't do it. You know, it's kind of like when you're walking down the street and you see an alleyway and the splenic voice will pop in and be like, don't go down there kind of thing. It's that very quick hit in the moment that says, turn here, go left, go right. I smell a rat, something's not right here. The other way the splenic voice is going to speak to you is going to be through the language of fear. So the splenic energy center is the survival energy center. So it's where fears and anxieties live. Keep in mind that that voice can also sound like, oh, this is scary, but I really want to do it. Like, but I'm scared to death to do the thing. I'm scared to pull the trigger, but oh my gosh, I'm excited to do it. It can feel like that. And that's a yes coming from the spleen. The splenic voice can also, if it's a no, sound like, oh my gosh, this thing is scary. I have some anxiety. I have this awful feeling in my stomach about it. And it's just a no, gross, icky, like get me out of here situation. So the splenic voice, just to reiterate, it can be this quick hit in the now that's like unexplicable, just do it, just don't do it. Go this direction, don't go this direction. Or it might be laced with some anxiety. And if it's anxious, exciting, happy, then that's a yes. If it's anxious, oh no, gross, that's a no. So what if you missed that first quick hit of the splenic voice and you're not sure? And you don't feel like you have a clear answer? One of the things that can happen is the voice of our mind starts to get in the way. That voice tells stories. That voice is very logical. It's very practical. And it can start to drown out our ability to listen to our intuitive voice. So what you're going to want to ask yourself, is, can you trace these thoughts back to logic? For example, if you take X job, you're going to make more money, or you should take Y job because maybe it's closer to your house than another job is. In the example of an event, your mind might be telling you, oh, you really need to go do this thing because your friend came over to your thing and now I need to go to her thing and I need to support somebody, when maybe really at the end of the day, the spleen is telling you not to go, but you're feeling this mental pressure to go because of some sort of social obligation. What stories is the mind telling you that are getting in the way of you feeling into your body about what is the energetically correct answer for you? Also, does this thing make me feel expansive or does it make me feel contracted? So pay attention to your body. If you feel expansive, light, and it feels good, it's probably a yes. If you feel contracted and there's something kind of off and you're resistant in your body for some reason, or you're tightening things up, that's probably a no. And when it comes to the mind and the voice of your mind getting in the way, the last thing I really want to make very clear is that when you get those splenic hits, it's more often than not going to be the thing that feels right to do. It might feel like a full body hell yes. It might just be this like internal knowing that it's the right thing for you, but it's not going to make logical sense. You're often not going to be able to trace it back to a story in the mind. You're not going to be able to trace it back to logic. Logic, again, being we should do X because I'll get Y outcome, or I should do A because then I'll get B. So, usually, the decision that's energetically correct for us when we're leaning into our strategy and authority is going to feel right, but it's not traced back to logic. And we don't know why we should do the thing, but we know that we should do the thing. And then as a manifester, once you make that decision and you know if something is energetically correct for you or not, and you're saying yes to the thing, that's when you definitely want to inform other people if it feels right to you. So your job as that manifester, this is how your strategy and authority work together. You're going to inform people what you're doing, what you've decided to do, what you're thinking about, what you're exploring, what you're discovering. All right, so I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any questions for me, please let me know.